I'm still the number one option. Yeah. I mean, y'all might look at it differently. I don't look at it no differently. Yeah.
And how does that make you feel? How do you go about it? You just go about it the same?
Yeah, I just go out there and be myself. Shoot my shots, play defense, and, they got to fit in and play around me. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Of Michael Jordan and LeBron James, the two guys always getting discussed in the GOAT conversation, is that while MJ had a few years of no help in Chicago, LeBron never got anything but years of no help until he left Cleveland. Not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but the Cavs landed the perfect centerpiece with LeBron James in 2003. They thought shit was gonna be sweet and easy from there. Waited for King James to bestow Cleveland with its first title, and fell asleep at the bingo table with fuck-ups like not making the obvious trade for Amari Stoudemire or letting Carlos Boozer just walk in free agency after his second year. When you get a guy like LeBron, it's necessary to respect the opportunity that has been given to you as a franchise and do everything in your power to build around that guy with the intention of winning as you can without compromise. If you're so lucky to draft one of these capital G guys, those first 7 to 9 years with your superstar can go in the blink of an eye. Michael Jordan's Bulls.
Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, you heard it from AD or AE, whatever he calls himself. The cat, the ant, whatever. You heard it from Rusty Buckets. It's a lot of nonsense going on, man. So let's first start with Anthony Edwards. What is this guy talking about? I don't want to ever hear nothing about this guy. We already talked about this. This guy being Michael Jordan-esque. This guy being the next Michael Jordan. Once again, this guy has been exposed as a fraud. And not just because of what he just said. Everybody has an opinion. But you're coming off the bench? Michael Jordan ain't coming off the bench. I don't care. And he's going to go out there and prove it in practice. He's going to go shut you, especially a 39-year-old and a 37-year-old Curry, 36, whatever. It's not going to happen. Jordan going to go out there and put buckets on these guys' heads. Michael Jordan is going to go out there and shut these dudes down in practice. It's going to look ugly. And I'm talking about a 23-year-old Jordan. Like this dude is 23. Anthony Edwards. No, it's not going to happen, bro. LeBron is running that point guard. He should be running that point guard. And you got Steph at the shooting guard. And you got Durant at the power forward. And you got, I think, Tatum at the small forward. So this is how it should be. I don't really care where Tatum goes. He can kick rocks. He shouldn't be starting anyways. If this is your new up-and-coming star of the NBA, let him shine. Let him show it. So Curry should be at the point. That's what he's been playing all of his career. The so-called next Michael Jordan, Anthony Edwards, should be at the shooting guard. LeBron, go over to power forward. Kevin Durant, small forward. And I would even throw AD at the center, but they got Embiid starting. I don't know why. So, look, Anthony Edwards is in this video talking about, oh, he's still the center of attention. He's the main guy. He's the dude on the team. Dude's got to look at me. Bro, you just got benched. Michael Jordan ain't coming off no bench. You coming off the bench for a turnover machine, LeBron James. So I'll tell you guys, this is a circus act. I'm not trying to say LeBron should be coming off the bench, but Jason Tatum should be starting. And LeBron should be at small forward or power forward with Kevin Durant. So look, I don't care what Anthony Edwards just said. He made a fool out of himself. Everything is going to revolve around him in the Olympics. Why you on the bench? Why you on the bench, homie? I don't want to hear nothing else about this dude. I don't. I really don't. Michael Jordan ain't coming off no bench. It ain't gonna happen. So let's talk about Rusty Buckets. I just don't know. Are these guys working for Clutch? I just don't know. In this video, I think he put out 2 days ago, he talks about the NBA Finals just ain't what it used to be. Nobody's watching. And I like the video. It was a good video. But why did this man do this? And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you what he did. And you can go watch the video. And he talks about there's no dynasties, no more back-to-back winners. And we thought it was gonna be good, but it really hasn't turned out too good as far as ratings. So he starts, he gives some criteria talking about, I think you got to win to be a dynasty. It's 3 to 6 years or something like that, and I think you have to win 3 to be a dynasty in so many years. And he starts with the Celtics, and I don't know why he didn't start with the Lakers with George Mikan, but that's his cup of tea, whatever. He starts with the Celtics. I think he moves on to the Lakers and the Celtics in the 80s. And then he goes to the Bulls in the 90s. Let me see. Yeah, he goes to the Bulls in the 90s. And then suddenly he's not beating up on Michael Jordan. He did a little bit, and you saw in the clip he started capping. So right when I thought he was going to end with Michael Jordan, he threw in LeBron James. He threw in LeBron James, and you saw what he said. He started capping. LeBron ain't even supposed to be in this video because he's not on a dynasty team. So he's not even supposed to be nowhere in the video. It's nowhere in the video where they made excuses for Wilt Chamberlain or Charles Barkley or Karl Malone. But for some reason, after he started talking about Michael Jordan's run in his three-peats, in his dynasties, he started talking about LeBron James. And how Michael Jordan played, 3 years without help. But LeBron played all those years in Cleveland without no help. No help at all. And you guys saw the video, right? In Cleveland, wasted his years away. 7 years away? Wasted 7 years away for LeBron James. Oh. And he claims that the 4th year, Michael Jordan started having his help. So let's look at this real quick. We're going to go over LeBron James' roster and more of his career. We don't have to go too deep into the stats or nothing like that. But I'm going to just show you that this guy has to be working or getting paid by a clip. Something's going on. Because the clip that he put in there, if you go watch his video, was a clip of the Jordan-LeBron debate. The clip on LeBron James. I said, man, this look familiar. He took a clip out of the Jordan-LeBron debate and put it in this video right here. So let's look at this. Michael Jordan had all this help. His 4th season, right? Scottie Pippen comes in, bench player. Played on the bench the entire season. It got so bad that they had to take him off the bench and start him in the playoffs. Not because he improved or he got good or anything like that. They didn't have nobody else on Michael's team. So Pippen comes in, and of course he says, and then Jordan start winning when Pippen come in. So Pippen, when Jordan got over the hump in 88 in the first round, 10.6 points per game, 5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 0.8 steals, 1 block on 47% shooting. That got Michael Jordan over the hump? What? I don't even think you get in the game on a LeBron team if you're putting up these type of numbers. They can't do nothing with you. And we'll show you. Jordan in that first round series against the Cavs, remember why they got over the hump? Because they didn't play another team that had 5 Hall of Famers. Who was who? Boston. That he just got done playing 2 years in a row. Now they're playing the Cavs in the first, and the Cavs were supposed to beat them. Jordan, 45 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2.8 steals, 1.6 blocks on basically 56% shooting. The second round, they play the Pistons. They weren't supposed to win. Where's Pippen? He goes down even further. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.6 blocks on 45% shooting. Huh. Jordan, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 0.6 blocks on 49% shooting. The next year, they get all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. The next year. And this is what Pippen puts up in the Eastern Conference Finals. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block on 40% shooting against the Pistons. They never put up these stats for Pippen. All they say is Pippen, well, Jordan got Pippen, he went to the next round. You could have put up 9 points in a series? In both years against Detroit, this fool put up 9 points. Bronny James could have put up 9 points. And this is what helped Jordan out? I try to tell you, the LeBron fans are idiots. These people can tell LeBron fans anything. And they won't go back and check. They'll just say, yes, I'm an idiot. Yes, I'm an idiot. 9 points? Look, 9 points ain't even going to get you off the bench if you play for LeBron James. It ain't going to get you off the bench. So let's look at this real fast. LeBron's rookie season. Let's see who he had on this team. I'm not trying to say it was the best team. Tony Battie, Carlos Boozer. Just some mention on names. Some names we can mention, some notable names. Tony Battie, Carlos Boozer, who was already on that team, if I'm not mistaken. El Gauskas, who was an all-star a year before LeBron came. Of course, LeBron, Jason Capono, Jeff McGinnis. Who else? Eric Williams. Am I saying that's a finals team? An all-time great team? Michael Jordan never had nothing like that in his first season. Let's go to the second season. Look, of course, LeBron missed the playoffs. And he wasn't an all-star. And he wasn't, he should not have been rookie of the year. Shot 41% from the field, minus 144 for the season. It's whatever. The dude's a rookie. But remember, Rusty Buckets, he just said that Cleveland wasted his entire career the first time he was there. Second year, they added Drew Gooden. These guys are now, he's not getting guys from the draft and molding them, teaching them how to play. Nothing like that. So you got Drew Gooden, a guy that will go to the NBA Finals with him. El Gauskas, an all-star this season, LeBron's second season. LeBron's on that team. Sasha Pavlovich, Eric Snow, a veteran. Anderson Varejao, which will go to the finals with him, with Eric Snow. And they missed the playoffs. Lost 19 of 31 games after the All-Star break. Michael Jordan didn't have no team like this. His second season. LeBron had an all-star teammate his second season, still missed the playoffs. He wasn't facing no 76ers team, no Bucks team like the 80s, no Boston, no Detroit. He wasn't facing no all-time great teams in the East. Let's move on. The next season, 2005-06, you got Drew Gooden. Larry Hughes pulls up. El Gauskas, of course, LeBron James. Damian Jones, a good addition. Danielle Marshall, another good addition. And Eric Snow and Anderson Varejao. They take a 3-2 lead going back home. You guys seen the video. Go check it out. I got the video. LeBron melts down. Again, let me tell you again. LeBron takes a 3-2 lead going back home on Detroit in the second round with Ben Wallace and melts down in games 6 and 7. He took them to a game 7. Only been in the playoffs one time. Shows you how weak that era is. Remember, he's playing with a bunch of nobodies. That's what you guys say. But yeah, he melted down in both of them games, shooting 40-some%. A lot of turnovers. Breaking it up from the free throw line, breaking it up from the 3. So we already know what happened next season. We already know who was on that team. He makes the finals and only being in the playoffs one time. One time. We already did a video on that. That shows you how weak that era is. Man, imagine Michael Jordan making the finals in the 80s after only being in the playoffs one time. He wasn't even good enough for the playoffs for his first 2 years. Goes to the playoffs one time, and then the next year he's in the finals. With no all-star teammate, no Hall of Fame teammate, no top 75 team. What are we talking about? You're exposing that era, how weak it is. So, that team was loaded. For that era, it was pretty loaded. So, the next season, he's pretty much got the same team. Boobie Gibson, El Gauskas, Damon Jones. Who is this? Eric Snow, Wally Zerbiak, another free agent who was a number 1. Well, I say he was a number 2 in Minnesota. Delonte West. He's got Ben Wallace. When is he molding any players coming out the draft like Jordan did Pippen, Horace Grant, these type of guys? We already know what happened this year. He melted down against the big 3. We already did that video. 5 turnovers per game, 39% from the field, 31% from 3, 67% from the line. It was a break fest, meltdown fest. 09, pretty much got that same team, except for they replaced Ben Wallace with Shaq. He melts down. No, Ben Wallace was on an 09 team. We all know what happened then. He melted down against the Magic. It was 2010, Shaq. Shaq was on that team. So Rusty Bucket said he had to go to Miami and get some help, where he melted down again with help. What are we talking about? And you can see this graphic right here. First year for Jordan. Played one Hall of Famer. Or is he a top 75? I forget. LeBron missed the playoffs. Second season, Jordan played 5 Hall of Famers. We'll just say 4 top 75 guys and a Hall of Famer in the playoffs. Second season for LeBron, missed the playoffs. Third season for Michael Jordan, it was the same. 4 top 75 and 1 Hall of Famer. LeBron's third season, Ben Wallace. Remember, he melted down, taking 3-2 lead, going back home. The fourth season, Jordan played 2 top 75 and 2 Hall of Famers. LeBron, you give him a little bit, and I think you can throw Chauncey into this. But he had a better team than Michael Jordan. You got Ginobili, Parker, Weber, for whatever that means. He was a bench player. Duncan, and I think Chauncey Billups. The fifth season, Jordan. We'll just say Hall of Famers. You guys can figure this out. Jordan played 4 Hall of Famers. LeBron played 3. This is in the entire playoffs. The next season, the sixth season, Jordan plays 4 Hall of Famers again. LeBron plays 1. The next season, Jordan plays 7 Hall of Famers on the way to winning the title. LeBron plays 3. And guess what? 2010, LeBron had the best record in Boston was the number 4 seed. 2009, LeBron had the best record again in the NBA and lost to a number 3 seed. Jordan has never lost with the best record. Never in his career lost when he was supposed to. LeBron has did it so many times in his career, it's not, you can't even count it. And all he'll say, oh man, my team was hurt. My opponents were better. It's all these excuses. I bet you guys didn't know this fun fact. LeBron was not the highest paid player on his team until 2013, if I'm not mistaken. 2012 or 13? I want to say 13. All these acquisitions, especially in Cleveland, the Wally Zerbiaks, the Ben Wallaces, the Shaqs, the who was this guy's name? I forget the guy's name. I know Elgauskas was making more than him. Oh my goodness. A lot of these guys that they was bringing over to help LeBron James, they was making more than this guy. You know why? Because they was coming to help him. Because the guy couldn't shoot. It took you until 2013 to be the highest paid player on your team. Oh man, he got that $100 million Nike contract, man. Boy, they'll make up any excuse. He was never a king to nobody. He was never the dude. He was never the leader. He don't have that type of game. All those teams were shooters. Go back. And they say Curry changed the game. I think LeBron changed the game. He was doing this in Cleveland. Everybody would have to sit at the three-point line, especially from 2008. No, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these guys sat at the three-point line. Elgauskas, a lot of times he would stretch. But Elgauskas was pretty much the one in the paint. And LeBron would drive and kick it out. LeBron would drive and kick it out. That's why LeBron got so many assists in those games. You guys think he was, he like a Magic Johnson. No, he has no post moves. He has no pull up like that. So he would have to start from the key and just barrel his way to the basket. Now, if it was people crowding the lane and he couldn't shoot it or get a basket, he would kick it out to Boobie Gibson. He would kick it out to Carlos Boozer or whoever, Damon Jones, whoever was at the perimeter, Delonte West. I can't remember this one guy's name. The guy that went to the All-Star game with them. Can't remember his name. In, I think, 2009. These guys were outlet passes if LeBron couldn't score. Or if it was, the defense was too tough after he barreled down the lane. Yes, he had a little bit. He could hit a jumper sometimes. He could shoot a three sometimes. But the majority of his stuff was barreling to the basket and kicking it out if he couldn't get the shot in the lane. So a lot of that stuff, 3-4 guys sitting at the three-point line, you would see that when LeBron was in Cleveland, in Miami, in Cleveland again. When we talk about Golden State, it was just two people at the three-point line, Clay and Curry. It wasn't the whole team. It didn't look like LeBron's team because Clay, he could shoot, and Curry, he could shoot. And a lot of times, those other guys could, that played inside, they had post moves. Stuff like that. So, yeah, Rusty Buckets. I don't know what this guy... I just don't know about these guys. They have no honor, no integrity. Just like Sports and Fitness Rand said. These guys will sell their soul. It's like watching a basketball game. LeBron ain't playing. What's going to happen? They're going to be talking about LeBron. LeBron had his legacy spoiled by the Spurs, by the Mavs, by Golden State. He ain't part of a dynasty. He had his chance. He definitely should have not lost to the Spurs. They was old. It's nobody's fault that he don't have a dynasty. He should have won in 2010, but he was scared to play Kobe. I don't care what y'all say. I think he melted down in 2 games because he didn't want to play Kobe. His legacy would have been over. It would have been no more LeBron James. If Kobe would have beat him back to back. Nothing to talk about. And they would have to promote somebody else. Truthfully, they could be promoting somebody else a long time ago, but nobody else wants to be the face of the NBA. Nobody wants to be a guinea pig for ESPN, any stations like this. They want to move on with their lives. Look at Joker. He don't want to be the face. He wants to move on and live his life. He don't care about that. He cares about his family. Curry, he don't want to be the face. People love Curry more than LeBron, 10 times more. But he don't want to be the face. He want to live his life. Tell me what you think.
I'm still the number one option. Yeah. I mean, y'all might look at it differently. I don't look at it no differently. Yeah.
And how does that make you listen? How do you go about it? You just go about it the same way?
Yeah, I just go out there and be myself, shoot my shots, play defense, and they got to fit in and play around me. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Of Michael Jordan and LeBron James, the two guys always getting discussed in the GOAT conversation, is that while MJ had a few years of no help in Chicago, LeBron never got anything but years of no help until he left Cleveland. Not to get too ahead of ourselves here, but the Cavs landed the perfect centerpiece with LeBron James in 2003. They thought shit was gonna be sweet and easy from there. Waited for King James to bestow Cleveland with its first title, and fell asleep at the bingo table with fuck-ups like not making the obvious trade for Amari Stoudemire or letting Carlos Boozer just walk in free agency after his second year. When you get a guy like LeBron, it's necessary to respect the opportunity that has been given to you as a franchise and do everything in your power to build around that guy with the intention of winning as